The member for Mallee.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Deputy Prime Minister, Minister for Agriculture and Water Resources. Will the Deputy Prime Minister update the House on what action the government has taken to secure the future of 250 employees at the Heyfield timber mill? Is the minister aware of any threats to the jobs of hard-working regional Australians?
The Deputy Prime Minister has the call.
Well, Mr Speaker, I thank the honourable member for his question and note that the concern that is starting to become ever escalated in Victoria about the threat to the timber industry and the hard-working men and women in that industry, and they're wanting to know who in Canberra is actually going to start standing up for them. And I'm glad that we are. We are standing up for these working men and women. And I know the concerns that the member for Gippsland has regards this, making sure he stands up for those forestry workers. And I know the concerns for the member for Murray has in standing up for those forestry workers. I know the concerns the member for Mallee has in standing up for those forestry workers. I know the concerns the member for Macmillan has in standing up for these forestry workers. There could be other people in other regional seats who could be standing up for these forestry workers. I know it's incredibly important that you stand up for these forestry workers. We've got to protect the dignity of these people and make sure they have a job. And it's very important that we don't put possums before people. It's very important that we stand up for these people. It's very important that you use your time in this chamber to go into bat for these people and make sure that you don't hide behind other issues and try to avoid the issue of this, because if you did avoid the issue, you'd be avoiding the issue like members for the CFMEU members here. The member for Shortland, he's never stood up for these workers. The member for Griffith, got herself on Instagram laughing about the issue, laughing about the forestry workers. Well, that's a shame. You should be standing up for them. The member for Gordon, maybe he should be supporting his brother in standing up for these forestry workers, because it's an issue that the Victorian government could fix. It's an issue the Victorian government could fix. If it wasn't chasing leadbeater possums in votes in St Kilda, it might actually stand up for some of these forestry workers. It might actually stand up for these people. And we know that these people who are working, they're probably some of the people who are doing it toughest. They're probably some of the poorer people in our community with unskilled jobs or jobs in the forest that have been supporting their families. And it's a shame when the Labor Party no longer represents labourers. It's a shame when the Labor Party has given up on labourers, given up on workers. Not once has anybody from the Labor Party, come to the dispatch box to try and defend the jobs of working men and women in the forestry industry. A forestry industry that supports 21,000 people. A forestry industry that today we have from the Gippsland mayors. They've called for immediate action to avert a community catastrophe at Heyfield. And it goes on the back because they're true to form. They're not standing up for the workers at Hazelwood either. Not standing up for them either. All of a sudden the workers at Hazelwood, the workers at Heyfield are having to rely on other people to stand up for their jobs. These are blue-collar workers who in the past would have thought that the Labor Party would have been going into bat for them, but they're not. The Labor Party are going to bat for the Australian Greens. They're going to bat for people on that corner of the chamber over there who do not want to stand up for Australian working men.